Okay. Um, so this chapter would actually be in the Act One, um, somewhere around the catalyst and inciting incident. And I will post the link in case anyone wants to read along. The park wall is the largest Orca has ever taken. It curves along the edge of a playground where everything is painted in cheerful primaries and nothing is out of place despite the chaos of children. Slides the color of candy, rubber flooring that gives softly underfoot, benches arranged in careful arcs inviting parents to sit, rest, and watch. At night, it glows. Not bright, only enough to feel safe, to outline anything that doesn't belong. She stands a few steps back, fingers curled around the empty weight of a can, chest rising and falling slowly. The last hiss of paint still lingers, metallic and sharp, cutting through the park's gentle hush. It's perfect. Families scatter across the mural in warm golden light. Parents sit on blankets, laughing softly, their heads tipped toward one another. Children run in loose, joyful arcs, limbs blurred with motion. A hero stands near the center, one knee bent, smiling down at a group of kids gathered at their feet. It's the kind of image that relaxes you, that assures you the Valium is layered correctly, that everything is safe, kind, and right. A breeze drifts through the park behind her, stirring leaves with a soft, papery whisper. The pressure hasn't left her hands. It never does right away. It clings heavy and laden with truth, sticky on paint-covered fingers. She tilts her head, perceiving sideways, and there it is. The light shifts first. The warm, golden glow thinning, threads separating, letting something harsher bleed through underneath. The sky in the mural is blue, but it's the wrong blue. Flat and airless, painted over something that used to have depth. The families stop feeling alive. Their smiles hold, but their eyes don't follow. Gazes off center, sunken into faces now too gaunt. Hands rest on children's shoulders a fraction too firmly, fingers pressing in ways that suggest control, not comfort. A child runs across the foreground, laughter frozen in the curve of their mouth. There are too many footsteps behind them, small ones, trailing, then stopping abruptly. The space where they should continue is empty. Orca's throat tightens. She hadn't meant to paint that. Or had she? She really wasn't sure anymore. Her gaze snags on one of the footprints, a perfect size to trigger a memory. She hesitates with a flicker of recognition. A dirty print in a yard she barely remembers. The hero at the center seems bright, reassuring, and immaculate. He stands too close to the children, close enough that the distance reads as protection from far away. Lean closer, and it reflects containment. Their hand rests on a child's back, heavy and anchoring, the child's body leaning forward, trying to run, perhaps, but unable to escape. The hero's smile is flawless. Their eyes are wrong, occupied with something not their own, wearing the expression as a mask that fits exactly well enough. Around the edges of the park, where shadows should be soft, they're dense, layered. Shapes emerge when followed carefully. Tents, makeshift bedding, tiny fingers curled into themselves, pushed out of focus until they almost don't exist. A mother sits with a baby in her arms, face serene and peaceful. The baby's eyes are closed, not sleeping. Orca's grip tightens. She hadn't meant, no, that's not how this works. She never means it. She shows it. The surrounding park creaks softly as a swing shifts in the wind. It lines up with the painted one perfectly until it doesn't. An easily dismissed flicker. Orca exhales. Okay. She's holding the can. No, it's already in her bag. She doesn't remember putting it there. It doesn't matter. It's where it belongs. The air changes abruptly. A pressure drop. the kind that makes your ears pop before a storm. She feels it before she hears it. The descent. Clean, controlled, and precise. He lands behind her. Boots kissing pavement with barely a sound, the faintest crack of displaced air folding back into place. Step away from the wall. His voice is steady, young, trying very hard to sound like the others. Orca doesn't turn right away. But when she does, he's there. Signal. Not one of the big names, no crowds, no massive campaigns. His suit is clean but not immaculate, sponsor patches smaller and less luminous. A modest glow traces the lines of his gear, pulsing faintly along seams designed to look seamless. His eyes lock onto her, halfway to human. You're under... He stops, jaw tightening, recalibrating. You need to come with me. His gaze flicks over her, assessing. Hood, posture, hands, the languid smile. She notices the exact moment he finds her unimpressive. They always do. That mural, he continues, gesturing. Whoever authorized it didn't clear it through... He cuts himself off, irritation slipping in. You don't get to put something like this up. He pauses. She isn't reacting. No fear, no argument, just that quiet, watching smile. Something in Signal's expression tightens. He scowls, stepping closer to the mural. Right, he mutters. Okay. His attention drifts, despite himself. Just a glance. Orca watches him closely, witnessing when his training snaps into place like a reflex. Viewing a park, families, a hero figure centered in the composition. His shoulders loosen as he exhales. Yeah, okay, he nods, like he's confirmed something. It's just filtered. You're pushing a tone shift, that's all. His eyes snag on the footprints. What is that? He hovers closer, leaning sharply. There's... He squints. Why are there more... The distance between them widens without her taking a step. That's not right. His voice sharpens. That spacing's off. Kids don't run like that. His pupils tighten to pinpricks, light building behind them, not reflecting but projecting, a sterile glow that cuts clean through the dark. Ah, so that's what he does. His gaze fixes on the wall and holds, unblinking, intensity sharpening into something invasive. Looking through the mural, stripping it layer by layer. Paint peels first. Color drains into flat bands. Texture collapses, depth folding in on itself until the wall is nothing but surface and structure, harmless and clean. Briefly, it works. Then his head tilts. The alignment breaks. The layer he trusts slips. The longer he stares, the more the image corrects him, not changing, refusing to be misread. Her gaze drops to his hands. The tremor starts in the fingers first, it always does. She grins as his shoulders tense, the pulse in his neck jumps, and his eyes widen. No. The word is barely air. His gaze darts to the hero, the child, the shadows, the hands, eyes moving fast, as if he's trying to reassemble the safe version from pieces that won't fit anymore. Orca's smile widens and she leans forward, a small sigh escaping when she realizes he's finally seeing. That's not... No, that's not right. His voice catches, his breath leaves him, and then he inhales as if the order rewrote itself. Why are there more footprints? There weren't that many kids. They're fine. Quieter now, almost to himself. They were fine. The hero's hand, the child's back, the pressure. His breath comes faster, and the glow in his suit fluctuates. His virtue button starts to dull before snapping back, tracking irregularities. Around them, the park stutters. The swing creaks, then glides. The sound comes first, then the motion follows late and wrong. It resumes mid-arc without passing through the space between. The leaves on the trees shiver and fall. out of sequence. No, no! Signal reaches up, dragging a hand through his hair, eyes locked on the wall. This is interference. This is some kind of angle's wrong. The sun wouldn't. The baby in the mural. He wavers, suddenly unsteady. Stop, he mumbles. That's not what happened. That's not what you show. Signal's posture pulls taut, every line of him bracing as the world slips around him. Images burrow into his subconscious. There's recognition on his face. Orca knows it well. They always glimpse something of themselves in the murals. I was there, he whispers. That day was cleared. We checked. We checked! There weren't. He falters. The memory doesn't line up. Orca sucks in a breath, waiting for the exact second the lie gives way, a pleasure that always looks the same. Everything softens, the park returns, the laughter fits, the light behaves, until something pushes back, harder. The real park overlays the painted one. Children playing, no. Standing, no. Gone. Benches occupied, empty, occupied again. A flash of something white and clinical where the playground should be. A sound cuts through the breeze around them, high and sharp, a wail. It snaps off mid-note. A crack. Clean. Sudden. His composure goes with it. Signal whirls, eyes wide and frantic, locked on Orca. What did you? He stutters, the warmth around them dropping, the reality smoothing out, collapsing, then folding into something not quite right. He inhales too fast. No, no, no. His hand goes to his head, dragging through his hair again. This is a hack, or a bleed, or a... His voice tips. Orca holds his gaze, says nothing, merely grins wide and toothy, bag full of spray paint over her shoulder. His eyes fall to the bag. When did you pack up your paint? When? She could tell him. It wouldn't help. This is what it is. If the truth destroys you, you were never meant to survive it. He turns back to the mural. The second look is worse, because now he knows where to focus. The shadows at the edge of the park swell, resolving into bodies, into absence, into the shape of something systematically removed. The hero's smile stretches too wide. There's too many teeth, too much cruelty. The barbs. How did he miss the barbs? Where a halo should be, crowning the hero. His suit spasms, light flaring and dimming in erratic pulses. The clean lines of his silhouette jitter, leaving after images that don't quite catch up. Control, he breathes like a mantra. Maintain control. He shudders. Okay, this is a projection. It's a trick. It has to be. The city hum drops. The softened sounds of civilization cascade into something raw. Wind without filter, metal grinding somewhere far off, voices layered over each other, out of sync. A church bell in the distance rings and it echoes wrong, each toll overlapping the last, announcing despair. Signal buckles. He catches himself mid-fall, hovering again, but it's unstable now, his height flickering like a skipped frame. I can't. No, I can't. His voice breaks. Turn it off! Turn it off! His hover dips an inch, catches, dips again. His breathing breaks rhythm entirely. That's enough. You made your point. Nothing changes. I can't, he swallows hard. I can't make it. The word won't come. His eyes dart, trying to rebuild the safe version from memory, but every glance just feeds the other one. His body reacts before he can think. A broken sound slips out of him, and he's gone, launching skyward in a violent snap of air. Light fractures off him in stuttering trails as he tears upward, leaving the wall, the park, the world that no longer fits. Orca wipes paint from her sleeve with a slow, serpentine lifting of her lips. The sky tears at the edges, showing something darker beneath. The ground follows a half-second later, trying to catch up. A child's laughter echoes, then distorts into pain and heartache. Orca slips sideways into the glitch, the pressure in her chest easing. She looks back once. The world struggles to decide what it is. But she already knows. As she walks, she pulls the picture from her pocket, always careful. The edges are worn soft from too much handling. A girl smiles up at her, bright eyes, crooked grin. Orca studies her face, trying to fix it in place. She doesn't know why. Soon, sweet pea, she murmurs, pressing a kiss to the corner, tucking it away. The cans in her bag clink together, heavy. Her night isn't over. There's more truth to show before she forgets why she started.
Great job. That was excellent, Jody. I just put the poll in the chat so everybody can start their voting. What we're going to do while everybody's voting, we have 13 people in the audience and 2 on stage that can vote. So, Jody, Serena, feel free to vote for yourselves or vote for each other, whatever you guys feel like. But we're going to ask some questions and we're going to talk while everybody's voting until we come to blah 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 until we come to a result. Sorry about that. Kipos, you want to Capos? Do you want to give it a shot? Do you?
Sure. So, questions first, opinions later.
Yeah, go for it. That sounds great.
Okay. Sorry, I did have questions. I wanted to start with Serena's story. I just forgot because that's how my mind works. So, give me a second to collect those questions. If you have any questions, either Mav or Phoenix, go for it. I should
Yeah,
have
sure.
written them up.
I'll jump in. Okay, so Serena, in your chapter, the character is exposed pretty early. Like her identity is pretty much given away. Is that the element that you wanted to pull through the entire story? Like now that people know that she is who she is, that's the thriller aspect of it. So I guess I would relate that to like Enemy of the State with Will Smith, or were you going with a different element for the thriller? You're mic'd up. You're muted if you're trying to talk, just in case. Okay. I guess I'll go on
Serena.
to. Guess I'll go to Jody. All right, Jody. So I have to say, I didn't write down any questions for your first chapter. Everything that I kind of wanted to know was answered. Uh, the only thing that I guess I would ask is, are her powers graffiti based? Like, is she altering reality with her graffiti art, or is it that people are perceiving it and it's almost like a hypnosis that breaks realism?
It's the second. So let me just get down to her painting here. So she forces an alignment with reality. So basically, her paintings are like, I don't know if you've ever seen where you look at something and then you kind of turn it sideways and it shows a completely different picture. That's what her thinks. You look at it and you see one thing, but then when you perceive it out of the side of your eye or you perceive it the way that she has done it, it aligns the actual reality instead of what the Valium layer has produced upon the city.
Perfect. Yeah. I I'm I was very, very impressed. I also wanted to ask, what made you want to go with a graffiti artist?
Um, well, Orca was my tag. when I used to tag Toronto walls.
What? You were also? That's where Maverick comes
Yeah.
from. That's what Mav is. Mav is my old tag.
Yeah, back in the day. So there's quite a bit of me in this actually. But that definitely is one of the big ones. I am an artist, so I was able to speak from that. And also, I thought a graffiti artist, urban world, and it's something that I remember doing. I always find that graffiti really challenges the view of the reality around because you're looking at these like very stoic buildings and then you turn a corner and it's like, hey, look, these beautiful pieces of art. So it's kind
Yeah.
of what I was going for.
All right, cool. So after this is all done, I'm gonna send you a TikToker that I follow, and he does like the history. He has like MSK. He has all these old school artists who like revolutionized um, the community, the tagging and the spray painting community, graffiti community. He's
Nice.
awesome. I love following him. So, and he uses like acrylics, which is amazing for paperwork. But he talks about like getting up and like the old school mentality. Awesome.
Nice.
Sorry, just completely plugging a random TikToker. So just quick, guys. There's the surveys. The poll is up. There's only 7 votes in. Let's try to get more. There's 13 people in the audience, so let's try to get everybody to vote. You guys got your questions for Jody while we wait for Serena to come back?
Sure, I do have one. So Orca seemed to have partial control over her power when she was graffiting the wall. There were a few lines that implied that even she was surprised by what she painted or what was painted by her. Is that a correct read, or am
It
I
is.
way off?
No, that's actually an exactly correct read. She does have partial control of her powers, but it's almost as if the truth speaks through her. So sometimes she does paint things that she doesn't remember painting. That is also the downside to her power. The more of reality that she reveals, the more of reality that she paints, the more she loses herself. So she's losing her memories. She's losing her ability to, or she's losing her personality. She's losing almost everything of herself.
I see. Thank you.
I did have a question. So, there were a couple lines with the word Valium in it. Is that a literal? Are they literally being drugged by the powers that be, or is it something else,
It's not a
like
literal
a
drug.
metaphor?
It's a metaphor. So it's called the Valium layer. So what it is it's like a filter that's projected over the city, and it makes everything soft and warm and nice, and everybody can be happy. And you look, and there's flowers. Um, and that's sort of what everybody is living under. It's just the name that I gave it, the
Nice,
Valium layer.
nice.
Serena, are you with us yet? She might be having mic troubles, maybe. She unmuted and then muted.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, while we're still waiting for people to vote, do you want to go into some of your assessments of, as a shark, how you would approach these 2 projects?
Sure. So, in conclusion, my read on this whole round 2 was that based on the 2 stories, I feel like I recognize that Jodie's story is much more complex. Based on the chapter that has been provided, it seems to have more not necessarily more craft in it, but more craft is able to be shown on what she decided on showing us. So what I'm trying to say is there's more chance for her skill to shine through. With Serena's story, it was more, it was easily digestible. So it was a story that I could pick up and enjoy reading on a train or public transport or somewhere, and it wouldn't really challenge my mind, which might be something that I actually wouldn't want at the time. So if I'm looking for a story that's just entertaining and not necessarily thought-provoking, it might be. It's just these are just based on the chapters we were provided. I might choose that one. And as a shark, as an investor, I feel more confident with an approach that's more that has a wider audience, I feel. So since I see Serena's story as being more easily digestible, it really read well, the story flowed, and the characters were layered but simplistically layered in a positive sense. So they were clean, transparent. I I feel like I would support Serena's story if I wanted to push more books for sale. Even though currently, based on the chapter, I consider Jodie's chapter to be of higher quality, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense to me completely. I guess. Phoenix, you got anything you want to add?
I was going to say something very similar to what Kipos said. I think Serena's chapter reaches a broader audience. But I do believe that Jodi's was more thought provoking and emotionally wrecking in a sense. But it might not, if we were trying to market this, it might not reach as many hands sales wise.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. I'm wondering if that was because she was handcuffed with the trans realism, or if that was because the complexity of the narrative. So for me, generally, I am a consumer of books that force me to think. I actually don't like consuming full books in a day. I feel like that's like a TikTok thing for me, where it kind of I can read an entire book in a day, like I did Akatar, and it's just, let me not bash Akatar because this is going online. Uh, this is like I could read that entire book and take nothing away from it and forget it. You know, if you asked me the name of the characters in that book, I really couldn't remember it. But I do like books that force you to think and force you to pay attention and are deeper. And that's probably just because I grew up in like the '90s where everything was, layered on top of each other. So for me as a shark, I probably would publish or push Jodie's book because of that thought provokingness of it. But I do understand the business aspect of it. Serena's book also is a potential for a series, whereas Jodie's is a one off. And that's also another financial decision that you would have to look at, right? So Serena's book is a potential to continue with the main narrative of Pastel Per, or splitting off into other areas, prequels, sequels, alternative anti heroes or villains that exist in that world. So there's commercial value there as well. Um, let's see where we are with the vote. Are we close to 13? Yeah, we're close to 13. There's 12. All right. So based on the vote for round two, Jodie is the winner of round two. And I will let Kepos announce who won round one. Did I butcher it still?
Oh, that felt so good. Finally.
I tried really hard.
Yeah, let me just refresh my memory on what we discussed. Da, 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 da. Oh God. Of course I can't find it right now. Marv, can you like just say random stuff for like a minute?
Yeah, sure. So when round one, when we took that brief break, we had created a room where we were able to judge and talk about it. So we basically were using that room to text and kind of update each other on our thought process as both the pitch and the chapters were going. So that's most likely what he's looking through right now. Oh Lord, Phoenix is now correcting you on how to say Mav. No, it's okay.
Mav?
Yeah, because it's Maverick, but
Oh, Mav. Okay.
she's being facetious. Uh,
Mav.
Mauve.
Yeah, okay. Found it.
Good, perfect.
Maeve.
Yeah, or Mavi, like Serena likes to call me.
I was really considering saying the forbidden
Chat Daddy.
phrase, but yeah,
No,
but
we
I've
can't release
refrained
that.
from it. Yeah.
Oh well, Athravin would, or she'd be upset.
So, round one.
Hmm.
What we've discussed was that based on what we were given and based on the answers to our questions, it seemed like Jodie was more prepared in her answers. She seemed like whenever we asked specific questions about the world or um, what the story is going to turn out as, if there's any future plans, it seemed like she was more prepared. She said that she already has a plot B planned, um, and with Serena, it felt more like she was still considering things, uh, which is perfectly fine in like the competition sense, as they had to just write a chapter and like do a pitch. So like in the separate formats, that's completely understandable from a contester. But in the pitch, like if we really role play hard in this elevator pitch, that's a sign of how should I say this? Um, like a lack of confidence. Like you're not sure how your story is going to turn out. You're not sure if there's or how you would do a sequel or a trilogy in that sense. And that comes off for potential investors really quickly. Like, as an investor, I would be able to trust Jodie's vision because it felt like she trusted her own vision. With Serena, it was more, um, I wouldn't say liability, but that's not the right word. Um, you get what I want to say. It felt like less confident. So that didn't raise confidence in me to support her pitch.
What about you, Phoenix? Your thoughts? Do you want to talk about how you did round one?
I think Kepos said basically all of it. I don't have anything to add.
Okay, well, perfect. Yeah, and we were pretty much unanimous on it. So, with that being said, there will be no round three, as Jodie is crowned the ultimate writer. Everybody, please give it up to her. And you know, she crushed it. She did her best. Both competitors did amazing. You guys all had very hard tasks. I'm very proud of you guys. You guys are fantastic writers. I think everybody in the community will agree that you guys really showed out for this in every single round. And think this community is a lot stronger after this competition. I think I've seen an improvement in everybody's writing across the board. So I want to say I'm very proud of you, and I'm thankful that you guys are here. And I hope we continue to grow. And May starts House Wars, and June is our next big competition. So we will continue to roll, and we will continue to grow, and this is going to be great. Do you guys want to talk about anything?
I just wanted to also add that great job from everybody, every finalist, everyone who made it to round 3, round 2, everyone who entered. They really dedicated their times to put something out for the public to judge, which takes a lot of courage in itself. So even if you didn't win, even if you didn't get into the finals, even if you just entered and didn't do anything else or didn't get further ahead, you should be proud of yourselves. And especially here in the finals, I think that facing us, even as role-play judges, is a very good preparation for what you might face. We might have been more lenient. We might have been crueler, I'm not sure. But I think even with this, you could say that you have experience. Like you should be more prepared when it's for real. So, and I also wanted to thank you all for contributing to this event. I think it was amazing. Yeah.
All y'all did fantastically. I'm just tickled pink. This was a really good experience, as Kippo said, and I'm really glad to have been a part of it, to see everybody's stories.
Congratulations to House Cerberus. You guys will have 1,700 points at the end of the day. It will be 1,000 points awarded to Jody. It'll be 500 points awarded to Serena, and 200 points rewarded to Lissa. So congratulations on you guys starting off House Wars with a pretty substantial lead. Thank you guys for all hanging out with me for an hour and a half. I know that was a marathon. I didn't expect it to be that long, but I'm happy it was. Does anybody in the crowd like to come to stage and say something? And then if not, I can end the call. Yeah, 1,700 points. That's what happens when you, Sean. You got to get on. You got to get on workshops. You can get 200 points just by volunteering to do a workshop, man. Okay, I'm gonna end it there then. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Bye, everyone.